Hello, so my name is Lisa and I'm doing this on assessment 6, and I guess since all these are just continuances to TV shows, I'm just going to do the same. So obviously by going over my previous ones, the TV show I did it on was Teen Mom, which I think that for this chapter it was over language. I feel like my mouth is looking really funny because of my wisdom teeth. It's still numb on this side, as you could tell. Anyways, so I think that this assessment and chapter was over language, that it really by going over this reflects a lot to Farah, just because she is just a hot mess. But so I'm gonna look over some of my notes here that I took. So this says behavioral language. She definitely has horrible behavior. She's always talking over people, using foul language. She's just nasty, kind of how she talks. You know, and then another one that was mentioned in the chapter was but statements. And for her, I could definitely tell that anytime someone's talking, she's like, but this, and but what you did, and but that, which not only her, but just in the general language, when people interrupt each other, where they have something to say back, you notice they're always, or my kids especially, my 5-year-old, he'll always be, but, and I'm always telling him, Cody, but what? Don't tell me but, it doesn't mean nothing. Also, I'm looking over my notes. There's a lot of eye language. And for Farah in that TV show, it's all about her. It's not about anybody else, what she did wrong, or how she hurt people. And you notice that she's always crying, and it's always some sort of drama with her. But it's always, I want this, and I want that, and you hurt me, and it's all about me with her. Her politeness. Politeness is also a form of language when it comes to communicating. So politeness for her, like a 0 on a scale of 1 to 10. Like politeness, communicating always, it says surrenders receivance in the book, but like for her, she doesn't understand nothing. When she talks to you, she's not polite. When she's listening to you, she's not polite, period. And you know, when communicating language, it's both being polite when listening and when speaking. Powerless speaking mannerisms for her, again, she just overspeaks everybody. She doesn't care about nothing. It's all about her. She wants to be dramatic. She wants to be emotional. Everything's drama. Mommy. Come on, sis. So I guess for language, you know, in my TV show, that kind of focuses mainly on Farah, just because when I was reading over this chapter in language and different forms of language and stuff, it just really made me think of her and how she communicates and how drama she is, and she's all about herself, and foul language. She's always talking nasty. It doesn't even have to be bad words or anything. It's just, she just is flat out nasty to people. She has no politeness. There's all the I statements. Emotional stuff. She's all over the place all the time. So that's what made me really think of this when it came to that. I probably should go over more. Let me look what the assignment said here. Sorry. Just make sure I don't miss anything. Sorry it's taking so long. I probably should have had this up and ready. I did read over it. So part 1, like I said, was choose a character, setting, teen mom. It's always in their like home environment, or if they're out and about. The situation, like I discussed before, it's just a reality TV show about how these young moms are raising their kids now, which I guess they're not really young anymore, but so let's do this. Part B, the impact of language. Naming and identity. So for her, I discussed that it was her, Farrah, and who she is, her affliction. She's always fighting with whoever. It doesn't matter. She's not nice to anybody. She's always screaming. She's not nice to her own daughter. Oh, I did discuss the power and politeness. She always tries to overpower people, and she's definitely not polite, as I discussed. Disruptive language. Like I said, she's the butt, what was it? The, like, butt interference or whatever I discussed. She's always, you know, if somebody says something, she'll, but what did you do? But this, but that, but you hurt me, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, Cody's always like, but, that type stuff. So that's kind of how Farrah is all the time. It doesn't matter. So that is the end to my Chapter 6 assessment, and I think I covered everything, but it still is continuance on to the TV show I used in the beginning. So if you read my first PowerPoint that I did going over the show, then all this will kind of make sense and kind of ladder down.